I saw Gucci Man run down the hill talking shit about how he not gonna. Oh man, come on, man, come on, come on, man.
Oh shit!
Look at that,
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, Misogynistic AF. And if you don't know, AF stands for. And I'm your host, Fly Guy Lewis, alongside my co-host, Foolish. How you doing? You done?
I might be. Right now.
Man. Did you catch the versus battle last night?
I didn't, but I tell you what. Jeezy all the way. Regardless.
Jeezy got some fucking bangers, man. I watched it. They started out strong. Gucci started out with a diss track. Gucci said fuck you from the get-go.
Gucci, man.
Man, let me tell you. Gucci did not disappoint. He came and did exactly what everybody wanted him to do, which was show his goddamn ass.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna take a toast for Gucci, man, for doing his thing. Man, I feel like he won.
I ain't watch it, but I know damn well he had to goddamn pull that shit about shooting Jeezy homeboy somewhere up in there.
He did. He pulled it out. He said it was kind of like even all the way through. Then Jeezy started doing banger after fucking banger after banger.
You got a lot of them.
It got to the point where it's just like, nah, you can't deny that this a hit right here. And Gucci probably realized that too, because Gucci was like, you know what, I could have been through this out, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it now. And he threw that goddamn diss track out. He rapped that whole song, word for word. And looking Jeezy in his eyes, bro. He said, after the beat stopped, he was like, yeah, come dig your homeboy up, partner. Nigga can't say shit. He said, you send some more at me, I'm gonna put them in the grave too, make you have to dig them up. He was very disrespectful. Let me tell you, Jeezy had a retort that was so goddamn strong. If it weren't for the fact that what Gucci did, Jeezy had that round too, because he got to talking about being mature, being the bigger man, and all that, you know.
I kept seeing the memes, man. It was like Jeezy just sitting there in the chair chilling. Jeezy just sitting in the chair right there chilling.
He came through, he was sitting in the chair chilling, but Gucci Man was ready for all the bullshit. Gucci Man was ready. But let me tell you why I feel like Gucci Man won. Jeezy had Anthem out the fucking anthem. But when you look at the whole story in progress, Jeezy didn't care about the verses. Not Jeezy. Gucci didn't care about the verses. Gucci just wanted a bag. And Gucci said it himself. He wanted to look the motherfucker in the eye who tried to kill him and call him a pussy. Because he's still here. He said, no, because, the hit back in the day, if you don't know, they started beefing over the icy
shit, yeah.
And Jeezy put a hit on Gucci to take his chain. He put 10,000 on it to take his chain. And homeboy, Pookie Lock, I guess that's what his name is. Pookie Lock. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Pookie Lock. I don't know. Gucci said it in the rap. He said he's smoking on the Pookie Lock. Some shit. But he said, but basically, Jeezy homeboy Pookie Lock took him up on the challenge. Tried to run, him and a couple homeboys tried to run up on Jeezy in this spot. And Gucci in his spot. And goddamn Gucci Man killed him. Yeah, he killed him. He did the right thing.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, see, it was Jeezy's turn to retaliate after that point. He just killed your homie, so what you gonna do? You did nothing. See, that shows you. And then y'all was in the same room together. Let me tell you like this. If I'm ever to die, if somebody was to kill me, you better not ever become friends with that nigga. Ever. I don't give a damn if 30 years pass, 40 years, 20 years. Y'all ain't got no talk for each other.
Or we give you some money.
I don't give a damn if that nigga gave you $1 million.
Hey,
did you put a belly on my head, nigga?
Hold on now, $1 million, man.
I don't care, but I felt like Gucci Man won because through all of that, Gucci dissing your homeboy, Gucci killed your homie, Gucci dissing you, and you still want peace with this nigga? No, I can't. I felt like Gucci Man held the grudge because it's so long.
How close was him and his homeboy though?
I don't know. Everybody else was apparently it was, I guess, pretty close.
See, it had to go from there. Like, how close was like homeboy? This got that really like cool associates for real, or like, you know.
I couldn't tell you, bro. I couldn't tell you. All I know is Gucci Man was ready for the bullshit. No bullshit popped out the whole night. Gucci kept playing his diss records. Jeezy kept playing his records from 08 and 05 and shit.
From what I saw, I mean, well, because I ain't watching, but from what I saw, like on Facebook and whatnot, you know, Jeezy got them, you know, music wise, he got him. But I mean, the whole goddamn dissing and respect and all of that shit, Gucci got him.
Yeah, Gucci got him in disrespect. Jeezy was trying to be the bigger man, but the problem is
we getting older, so I mean, hell, man. You know,
the problem is Jeezy couldn't look at Gucci. He didn't look at him not one time until the end when they were trying to make peace. When they did the So Icy record, that's the only time he looked at him.
I can't believe they did that.
Exactly. That's what made it better. That's what made it a tie. That's what made it was like, okay, everybody wins.
I guess
everybody wins because it's like Gucci got anthems now. Don't forget, I was bumping Gucci, but I was bumping Jeezy harder. But I felt like when I got
hit different.
Yeah,
bro,
his voice is just fucking amazing. Like no, but when you hear Jeezy's voice, you know it's Jeezy. Yeah. It's no other distinction. It's Jeezy. It's just Jeezy. You know it's Jeezy. Yeah. But Gucci Man got more hits and he didn't even proud his hit. He traded his hits for disrespect. And that's why I felt like goddamn Jeezy lost in that terms of disrespect and shit. Jeezy might have run the hit for hit, but it was only because Gucci Man played his diss records. And I gave him a point for every diss record that he played, except for the diss record that he played and Jeezy played Put On right after that. There's nothing. You can't beat Put On.
What if Ye would have came? Well, you know, Ye would have used to be. What if he would have came out and goddamn when that Put On?
Oh, see, that's it. You not beating Put On. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. When Kanye went on that Put On, he took that song from Jeezy.
That shit was bad.
You forgot Jeezy had that fucking song.
Yeah.
Kanye West made that his song.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me Jeezy went harder than Kanye West on that.
Kanye was a different breed back then.
He was a different breed, man.
Now he just
I don't know. Fuck it. But back to what I was saying. Let me finish this up. Jeezy won being the bigger man, but Gucci Man won being that nigga. If you killed, like I said, he killed your homie. He looked you in your face, dissed your dead homie, dissed you, and you decided to overlook that. I feel like I don't know how anybody else feel about it. You can call it being the bigger person. I can't.
You can call it a couple things. I mean, you can call it being a bigger person. I mean, like now you grown, you got a family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can't motherfucking show out like you would back then. But at the same time, you know,
that's a whole lot of disrespect.
That's your image.
Yeah,
that's your image. That's where your money come from. It's your image.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said,
he can't rap about being gangster no more after that. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like it's time for him to start. I think he changed up what he rap about now anyway. Yeah. But now you can't rap about that street shit no more. What you do to a nigga because this nigga was right in front of you.
Right in front of you.
Like I ain't about that street life. All I know is if a nigga try to kill me, I'm gonna get the drop on him first if I can.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It is what it is. Fuck it.
I keep my 9 on me at all times.
And I really felt like Gucci Man held that grudge because he was waiting for retaliation for so long. Because you forget over the years, Jeezy was throwing shots too. He just wasn't direct with it. He was just throwing shots, throwing petty shots. So after so long, you got him in front of you. He's like, I think Gucci Man realized after all what was going on that Jeezy wasn't gonna do nothing. So he was just like, I'm just gonna put it to bed too.
All that aggression though, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you anticipate this shit, cause he obviously did it under the skin, and when he got nothing back, man, you know, I can goddamn put a lot of fury in somebody.
See, no, you can tell it bothered Jeezy. You can tell, but they knew it was coming because they planned it out. Because Gucci Man said, I already told you, I'm not even gonna do the verses if I can't play my records." And Jeezy knew. He said, "Yeah, you right." So they knew Jeezy. They knew Gucci gonna play it. So I knew
Gucci before the shit he happened. He got there saying, "Man, if he come in that motherfucking shirt and shit, you know what I'm saying? If he ain't no fashion, you know what I'm saying? I'm not coming." So if he in that old ass motherfucking stove, that stove.
No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. It was his new album cover. Let me show it to you. It was a goddamn new album cover. That's what he was talking about.
Oh.
That I don't know if you seen it, but motherfucker looked like a goddamn painter.
Like a painter.
Yep, it looked like he was a motherfucking painter.
I know I saw Gucci Man run down the hill talking shit about how he not gonna. Oh man, come on, man. Come on, man.
Oh shit!
You look at that.
Oh man, he said if he come out there wearing that shit. But I'm gonna tell you, man, Gucci Man did not play stupid. He did not play My Kitchen. He did not fucking play. I got a list of shit he didn't
Gucci
play.
Man do have some fucking hits.
That motherfucker got bangers, bro. And he didn't play a lot of shit.
Motherfucker
That
go crazy in the club where there was Gucci or Jeezy, goddamn.
Bruh, he didn't even play Gucci 2 times. He didn't even play My Shirt Off. You know that's not shit. My shirt off. He didn't even play I'm a Star. You know that song? I'm a star. I'm feeling like a star. Bruh.
He sure did have some hits.
He did, bruh. He did. Yeah. He didn't even play Pills. Bruh. This nigga. He had so many hits that he didn't play. He said, look, said, Gucci, go dig your partner, Jeezy. I'm coming to you woman to woman. Oh shit, man. I'll tell you what though.
I mean, hell, like I said, man, you know, we ain't young, they ain't young no more shit. Just like, you know, Jeezy got priorities.
He do. But you see the growth in them though? You see the growth? Just imagine, like if they'd have died before they was 30, all you saw was 2 street niggas who couldn't let the shit go.
Yeah.
2 street niggas. If Jeezy would have been a street nigga that died doing the street shit, Gucci would have been a street drug addict and shit. Like motherfucker was wild. Jeezy was more level headed throughout his whole career, but he's still into the street shit. But goddamn, Gucci was out here reckless. He was wild. He was mad reckless. He did not give a damn.
Out there hitting bitches in the club.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like Gucci Man, if they'd have both died at a young age, we wouldn't see what they are now.
Yeah.
And they both matured. The fact that they was able to put that shit behind them this night after everything show how mature they both are.
Do we really know that they put that shit behind them?
I think they did, bro. I think they did. It's either, if I'm in front of you and I'm trying to fight you, basically, and when we don't fight, we either put it behind us or you on some fake shit. And I don't feel like Jeezy on some fake shit. Jeezy better not be on no fake shit. If Jeezy on some fake shit, that's on him.
If we don't hear nothing in a week about something happening to either one of them, then yeah, they cool.
Yeah, I mean, they ain't gotta be cool. They can just be like, okay, it's done with.
It's squashed.
Yeah, it's completely done with. But Jeezy cannot do nothing to Gucci after this because it's gonna make him look bad.
Yeah.
If you want to maintain this image, he can't do nothing. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this shot to being a bigger person, maturing, making peace. I don't like the police. Speaking of police, I don't even know if you've been paying attention to the world. But You remember all them protests and stuff that been happening, George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, I'm real tired. They got a movie coming.
Yeah. Don't you know that they just they locked up thousands of people across the country doing this protest? You know, for protesting and being out in the street.
Yeah.
They're dropping the charges by the thousands. They're dropping all them protesting charges because they just said, hey, they were enacting their they were enacting their First Amendment. Right, freedom of speech, right, protest.
Because they were just like really taking people out of the streets.
They were just grabbing,
like snatching people.
Yeah, I was like, what? Is this legal? They can do this? Right, you seen that? I remember that I saw a video one time. They it was in Atlanta, and this couple they was just driving.
Man, you talking about the dude had a seizure?
No, they were just driving, and it was this car in front of them that stopped. And then they took off. Then the police ran up on the car in the back where the couple was, and they snatched them out the car. I could have sworn that was because like one or two of them. I could have sworn that was the one where like the dude had a seizure, like while they were like trying to force him to snatch him out the car for no reason. And he might have had a seizure. I ain't know.
It was a couple
but,
of man.
But I know they got fired that same night. They did that, or the next day. But yeah, I was just like, that's fucking wild. How the hell y'all can do some shit like that and get away with it?
You know, power, man. Power corrupts somebody.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I just try to stay out the way because we not getting nowhere with this. Until we actually make changes in the government and the court system, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Especially the court system.
Definitely the court system. Now, hearing this Gucci versus Jeezy battle, who you think would have won if one doing T.I. versus Jeezy?
I'm so tired of everybody saying this person T.I., this person versus T.I. Everybody versus T.I. I heard Boosie versus T.I., Rick Ross versus T.I. Like, everybody versus T.I.
Man, they starting to treat T.I. like he little Bow Wow now. Have you noticed that? Every time he say something, people just coming at him crazy. I don't know what did T.I. do?
I don't know.
They treat him like he little Bow Wow.
I don't know. I mean, saying little Bow Wow, that's a bit strong though.
Bruh, they treat him like he little Bow Wow.
That's strong.
I don't know if you've been paying attention, but every time
that whole shit with his daughter was gonna fucking blow up in his face regardless.
Yeah. I have a daughter. You got a daughter, and
Three,
and I still couldn't even get behind what T.I. said. Cause it was just like, what?
Yeah.
I understand being there for your kids, but that sounds a little.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, that was a bit much. You going to the doctor, make sure that stuff intact. No, what? Honestly, man, I look at it like this.
What difference? It's like if it wasn't intact, what the fuck would you do then?
Exactly. What you gonna do? Beat her ass? Just make her go out there and wild out some more?
Yeah.
Nah, what you do?
Make her rebellious.
Yep, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. That same daughter, I think she's still under 21 or something. I'm not sure, but I know right after she turned 18, she pregnant. I don't know if she already had the baby, but she got pregnant with a dude right after she got grown. So I feel like if that's the same one. I don't know.
Bless you, nigga.
I ate all that out. But my thing is, people need to realize when we were younger and we was talking to these girls out here, like we was getting pussy from these same young girls. Like we was young getting pussy from the young girls. I go to show you, they gonna wild out regardless. The best thing to do is talk to them about sex. You know what I'm saying? Stress to them the importance of condoms, birth control. Like a lot of people ain't popular. It's starting to phase out of birth control. They don't think it's popular, but still, I encourage birth control. For me, I'm gonna try to encourage birth control. Talk to them about the STDs and condoms and stuff.
It's most definitely best to talk to your children, other than tell them don't do that. No,
Exactly.
All that does is like put something in their head. Like I gotta do it. I gotta see, because instead of talking like, hey, look, I know you're getting older. These things, they happen, as you get older.
Man.
You may have certain feelings or emotions. I'd appreciate it before you go on and just talk to me. I won't judge you.
And
we just talk about it.
Like, talking to the kids is so easy. When you get an adult, when you become an adult, you realize talking was way more easier than parents in the day made it seem to be. Like, they would not talk to you at all.
The problem with a lot of parents is, I'm grown. That was like one of the main quotes. I'm grown.
And you can't do what I'm doing. I'm grown.
Yeah, and it's like no understanding there, so that curiosity, you feed off of that.
Like, if they'd have just sat down and talked to us, we'd have been like, oh, okay, I get. Then when it started happening, like, okay, I see where they was I see what they was talking about. I get it now.
See, my parents didn't do it like that. They taught me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was gonna do something, like say I started smoking cigarettes, one of my little phases or whatever, instead of me goddamn going out to smoke, like, hey, you do it here.
Yeah.
And I was like, thinking of it now, it might not be the best parent, but at the same time, it's like I'd rather you do it in the comfort of home and me knowing than you out in the streets and anything can happen.
Exactly.
All right, damn, okay.
Yeah, it's because the world. I didn't realize how dangerous the world was until I became an adult myself.
Yeah.
You realize,
and you think back on a lot of situations, like, damn,
we could have died. We could have died, bro.
We could have been dead.
I didn't even know running for the police to get you killed like that.
No, sure did. I ran the motherfuckers a couple times.
Bruh. You killed just a random stop to get you killed. Yeah. Like, bro, I remember. Let me tell you now. This is how a young minds work. When I was 16, me and my friend Snacks, we was walking home. I was walking him home, and we were standing there talking at a stop sign. It was like the halfway point. I walked halfway, then he finished, then I walked my way back. And when we were standing there talking, sometimes you get good into a conversation. And you just stand there. Every time you try to leave the conversation, you get drawn back in it.
Yeah.
Bruh, the last time I tried to walk off, I seen a car came to a stop. And they hopped out with their gun. It was like, give it up. I'm like, I ain't got shit to give up. So but I emptied my pockets anyway, handed him my wallet, handed him my phone. Snatched did the same shit, goddamn, and motherfucker left. I ain't have shit.
They ain't know about that
but,
shit.
The crazy thing, okay, cause this how the young mind is. Like, okay, I just realized, we both realized, okay, like, damn, we just got robbed. So as I'm walking back, I'm gonna tell you, instead of walking him all the way back to his house, we walked right back to my house. On the way back to my house, they threw my shit out the window because I ain't have no cash. He threw my wallet out the window.
16, you ain't gonna have shit. 16 in that year, you ain't gonna have shit on you. What the fuck?
Young as fuck. It was right before I started working, actually.
16-year-olds now, in this day and time, they have some
they definitely got some shit now.
But back then,
I ain't have shit. But it's like, let me tell you, they threw my phone out the window. I had a little flip phone. They threw my wallet out the window. I had no cash in it.
So I ain't gonna want this shit.
So I basically didn't have shit for them. But it was just like in that encounter, I was just so shocked about getting robbed and being held at gunpoint. Ain't not one time on my mind it occurred to me that them niggas could have just ran up on me and killed us. It took our shit. We could have died that night, and didn't even for nothing. We could have died for nothing.
For nothing. I mean, people die for nothing every day now.
Ain't it? It was like we just walking home could have just got killed for nothing. Like didn't even realize how fucked up that was. Like shit, dangerous out here, bro. It's dangerous as fuck. When you become an adult, you realize how dangerous the world is, and that's the problem. we become adults, like our parents before us, when they became adults, they realized how crazy shit was. And we growing up, they didn't teach it to us.
Yeah.
They didn't teach.
They tried to keep us from it.
Yeah, they tried to keep us from it instead of just teaching it to us.
Yeah.
They could have been like, look, there's some fucked up people out here. Be careful. Like, just because somebody smile in your face, don't make them your friends.
Yeah.
That just, like, it's a whole lot of stuff. Matter of fact, my biggest thing that I wish my parents would have taught me was how to do taxes, how to work on your credit, and how to save. They didn't teach me that.
They taught me how to save. Not really work on my credit, but my taxes. First time, so I got a job, my dad fucked up my taxes. I ended up owing the government money at the end of the year.
Damn.
My goddamn dad, I love that man though.
If they'd have taught us about credit instead of teaching us to be scared of it,
My credit good though.
Yeah, credit good. Long as it's in that 700s and shit, we good. That's all I care
I
about.
should like 750.
Man, it's all that matters. Once you get in that 700 club, hey, it's easy money right there. Easy money. You can do whatever. But yeah, they'd have taught us that, because growing up, they made it seem like you're just supposed to avoid it altogether. Yeah. But not knowing that you're going to have to get you some credit to even do anything. It don't matter how much money you got. If you ain't got your credit right, or you ain't got no credit, you can't do shit.
Your life can be made up. Your life can be made up just off the fact of a number.
Exactly.
A fucking number.
It's crazy. They should have taught us about that more. They just told us to stay away from it. Like, stay away from it.
Even in school, they could have taught that shit.
Yeah, they did teach it.
They did.
They just, they didn't teach it and how the real world uses it. They taught it like economic class.
No.
They just, like in economic class, they just taught about like, in the world, they have credit scores, based off of your credit, how you use it, and stuff like that. But they never really broke it down. Nobody ever made it. In school, they taught a lot of stuff you didn't think you need. Matter of fact, they taught a lot of stuff you don't need, unless you plan on.
You don't need.
Unless you plan on being like a scientist or something. They taught a lot of stuff you don't need.
I like science class, man. I was always sick of social studies, man. I ain't
History.
really give a damn about history.
History is my favorite subject, for real.
I like science. History, I like, man. What's in the past is in the past, man.
Nah, what's in the past? For me, I learned what's in the past affected how the world is today.
Yeah, I guess.
It is boring, but once you start realizing,
it's too boring.
It depends on how it's being read to you. But once you start realizing like the pieces of the puzzle, like this right here is why we have this, or this right here is why this don't exist no more.
Yeah, but there was stuff that was teaching in social studies. There's a particular thing they were teaching in social studies. Like, I ain't gonna fuck about certain things. Science, man. Science is fun.
Yeah, it's just like, matter of fact,
I even like math.
Yeah, you gotta like math. You gotta like math to like science.
Like math, they
make that money, goddamn. If you don't like that math, hey.
Yeah.
Shit, bro.
English class is most definitely one that you need to. But
it's true. It's true.
Social studies is some areas, yes, you do need, but. That shit, man. I remember my teacher too, Miss Lee, in Stone Middle School, man.
Damn.
I hated her and she hated me, and we had a common understanding.
Oh man, I had this teacher, bro. I ain't even gonna say her name. I ain't even gonna give her the credit that she deserved. But I hated this teacher so fucking bad. I felt like she hated me too. I know one time, it's been a couple times. I walked inside her classroom. Didn't even say nothing, just walking in there, motherfucker. She be like, "Get out." I'm like, the fuck? Needless to say, I failed that class because of attendance. But all my grades is on point. But I failed that class because of attendance.
Were you always late?
No. Every time I walk in there, she kicked me out.
What the fuck?
It got to the point where I stopped coming to that class.
What the fuck?
It would just be like, I'd be like, what's going on in class? And they'll tell me what's going on.
What did you do?
Shit. I don't know what the fuck I did with her. Hated that bitch though. Hated that bitch. I wish nothing but the worst for that bitch.
Well, I'll say that's Miss Lee, but Miss Lee in social studies, 6th grade teacher in Stone Middle School. Man, she used to make a little stupid ass news articles. And I was a little stupid ass news articles, man. I half-assed it. She like, now you gotta do 10. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I ain't even got it on me. I go to sleep right there.
Oh shit! He said, I ain't even got it on me, goddamn.
I hated that fucking class.
Bruh, I hate it. I hate this shit. You think I read something and I want to ask your opinion on it. You know how like there's such a women empowerment and stuff going on in the world today, right? So I read something that said that women are more comfortable with male bosses more than they are with female bosses.
It's because women can't get along with women.
And that made me realize that women are petty. Yeah. Women petty as hell. If you ever ask a woman, she'll tell you she ain't petty, but she petty to the motherfucker. Yeah. Like women do get back now. Like if you piss a woman off, fuck your best friend.
You gotta piss them off after. They just goddamn being a bad bull looking for a target. Mm-hmm.
You think a happy woman cheats?
It's possible. She could be happy at home, but still, need particular fulfillment that she's not getting at home.
I think if a woman not getting enough attention, she'll cheat.
She could be getting enough attention. She can have a man who's good, like treating her good, showing her nothing but affection.
That's whole behavior right there. She's just on her own shit. She for the streets.
Some women, that's weird. Some women feel the need to have to be neglected. I don't know why that is.
I don't even.
But some women, you could treat them like you're too nice.
Bro.
Motherfucking,
I don't know if I ever told you, but I was dating this girl, right? She was beautiful, bro. I'm telling you, she was gorgeous. And, I was just surprised that I was able to get with her. So, I was nice to her, she had a fucked up attitude to all my friends and family. I'm sure you probably know who I'm talking about, but
I know you're talking about.
You know but basically, she told me one day, it was just, every time something good happened to me, she'd be upset about it because something bad was happening to her. But usually when something bad happened to her, I was there for her to help her. I've done that too many times in relationships.
Yeah, but a little bit of a pushover for some.
Shut your ass up. But she told me one day, she was just like, you know what? You too nice. I just need somebody a little more hood, a little more thuggish.
Women a little stupid for real. I say I don't care. Women a little stupid for real, man. they don't use logic.
No, women want you to. It's like they want.
Women want what they want when they want it.
Yeah,
like a child.
And the crazy thing is, right? So after we stopped talking, she go get pregnant. Had a couple babies and stuff, and then she comes back. We happen to run into each other, and she said, "You know what? I was stupid as fuck for saying that. You was the perfect fucking guy, and I don't know what the hell I was looking for. I was just dumb as hell." And she basically apologized for it, and by that point, when she said that, she made me realize that I was too nice. So I started being a little more selfish, and I wasn't that same guy that she met anymore.
So you should just follow the way it be. You saw, I'm gonna ask. I don't know why some women was attracted to me, goddamn, because I let them know straight up, I ain't do shit. And they just feel like they can goddamn, it's that nurturing that nursery thing.
They wanted to fix you.
They felt like they could fix something that wasn't broken. I am who I am.
Hey, think about it. Think about it. Okay, think about it like this. Women was, I don't even know like if they even still do this anymore. But you think about it, when I was coming up, like most of the time I was dating women, I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job. I was bumming on my friend's couch. And I was dating women who had cars, who had their shit together, who had money. And they take me out, buy me stuff to eat, and do all kinds of shit. And then it was just like, I was just wondering, like, why? Why is she dating somebody like this? I was like, I can't even be happy because I'm broke.
Yeah, you can't even
I can't even be happy because I'm broke.
I can't even bring nothing to the table, and it's like you do it all. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, and it's like, it ain't like they didn't know that I wasn't like that I couldn't bring them to the table. They knew, like, if you pick me up 9 times out of 10, you know I'm broke. It's like, and I wasn't gonna turn it down. And like, I wasn't gonna be like, no, I can't, no, I gotta do, no, hell, look at this woman. Like, of course I'm saying yes.
I would turn women down, they would pursue, and I'd be like, you know what, alright, cool. And goddamn, let me use cars and shit. And I'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like, you about fucking stupid. Yeah. And like, cause I already explained to you, like,
when they ignore the warning signs.
I don't sell, like I don't sell dreams. I'm straight up honest and shit. And women, I guess they appreciate that at the same time, like they can do something about it.
Man, I hate that shit. Don't feel like if a man tells you that he in a fucked up space or he fucked up and he ain't ready for something,